What's up, YouTube? You know who it is, Nello Blends, aka the Kemei King. In my last video, I talked a lot about profiling the hair, but I didn't get a chance to show you guys what it actually is. So this video, I'm going to do mainly that and show you a few of my techniques. So I really hope you guys enjoy. For now, I'm only going to set in my guideline, but I will come back to the rest of this blend later on in the video. With my 1.5 guard, I'm going to chop down at this area. A lot of people would call this technique a softening technique with the purpose of making it easier to transition the thicker hair into the hair that you're trying to fade. But me personally, what I'm trying to accomplish is profile. The difference to me with profiling and softening hair is profiling, my objective is to shape the head while softening, to give the head structure. Everybody's head is different, and sometimes people need to be, their cut to be manipulated because the shape of their head. My steps on the back taper are pretty basic. It's open, halfway closed, and you're working down each time. And you're gonna do the same thing with the guards, except you're not going to use the middle lever. With my lever fully open, I'm going to take my 0.5 guard or my half guard. I could have used the Wahls or the Babyless 0.5s, but I chose to go with the Babyless because that's the kind of blade that I'm using on these SOKANY clippers. So I figured that, you know, since these are the blades that's made for them, I would use those instead. But it really didn't matter. I could have got the same result with either or. Surprisingly, I was able to finish the tie-in of this fade without my 1 guard. I took my 1.5 guard and with the lever open, I faded right at that line where the 2 points meet, and then I closed it. I'm guessing the reason why I didn't need my 1 is because I've already softened up this area when I was profiling it. So it knocked it down a pretty good bit that I didn't have to use the 1 guard. And I'm going to also tap around the ears as well to give my client more manipulation on his profile. As you can see, I'm profiling the side of my client's hair, and what it does is creating an illusion of the back of the fade and the side of the fade being tied in together. After I used the 1.5 guard, I came back with my number 1 guard, and right on the edges, I feathered or profiled the area out. And whenever the line comes through, you're gonna see how I made this thing pop. Now that my area is completely softened out, I come in with my clippers with the lever fully open, and I'm gonna go up about 1/2 inch on his guideline. Next, with my 1.5 guard with the lever fully open, I'm gonna flick at that line that I created. This is the start of my down fading technique. What I'm doing right here is I'm adding a little bit more profile before I go in and finish fading it. And then I come back with my number 1 fully open, and I'm feathering out this area. You can really see how this fade is coming together. I finished the other side already, so all we have left to do is just line up. I want you guys to notice how on this line, I'm keeping it natural as possible. To get a sharp line, a lot of people think that you have to dig in it, and as you can see, that is not necessary at all. Also, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on his head. These clippers are designed to cut the hair and not the skin, so really, man, just let them work for you. I mean, that's what they created for. Even though I didn't show it in this video, make sure that before you line this curve, you check on the other side to make sure that you're keeping everything symmetrical. Especially as a young barber, you don't want to develop any bad habits. The industry is flooded with good barbers, and you really do not want to be left behind. No, I did not give up on my Kemei trimmers. I actually wanted to use them in the beginning of this video, but I forgot to put them on a charger, so I had to let them charge a little bit. But I was able to use them on the back, so hopefully you can get a glimpse of how these clippers are performing. I'm sorry that it took me so long to upload this video. I'm kind of under the weather. And also in my last video, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of these trimmers and clippers that I'm using. Do you think that it's worth the money, or do you think I'm wasting my money? I do actually have some new trimmers that came in today, and I got a chance to cut with them. I really like them, and I want to show you guys what they are. So maybe I'll give you a little hint. They kind of mimic the bevel clippers. Of course, you know, I had to make modifications to it, but I really like these trimmers kind of as much as I like the ones that I'm using now. But we'll see, man. I'll let you guys do the review on that. But back to this line, man, you can see these trimmers are having no problem with his head. And when I line, I try not to do too much clipper work. I try to leave some room if I know that I'm going in with a razor, and that's just because I don't want to irritate my client's skin more than what I have to. And you know, with constant moving of, you know, the clippers, it could create a scar depending on how you have it set. Even though I never really had problems with these, I've cut with these on myself, and it's a very light touch, and that's really why I like them, especially for kids. Before I start my razor, I'm gonna go in and do some finishing touch-up work with these Ciwellu clippers. I have a fade blade on this, not the flat kind, but the kind that has a slight curve to it. And that's what I do most of my tapers with, because I feel like it gives a great fade. I don't know if I've ever done any razor line in any of my videos, but this is my theory. The key to me to a razor line is very simple. You do not need gel all the time, as you can see as I'm doing on my client, but what I'm doing is with my opposite hand that's not holding the razor, I'm pulling the skin, and I'm giving it as equal much pressure as I'm giving the razor, but I'm slightly lighter with the razor. But as you can see, it's creating that edge line effect. It's not bothering my client, not one bit. So yeah, man, just take your time. You do not have to dig deep or press down hard on someone's line, especially a kid's. You know, I really rather not use a razor, but you know, this kid, I've cut him before, and I know that he could take it. That pretty much wraps it up for this cut. It's pretty late where I'm at right now. I'm finishing up the last bit of this video voiceover, and once again, if you haven't subscribed, man, make sure you subscribe. Also leave a comment of what you think, not just about my clippers and trimmers, but also about my cuts. If you see anything that I need to improve as far as my cutting skills, as far as my teaching skills, man, make sure that you leave a comment. I'm a pretty humble dude. I could take criticism, just not too harsh. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to do my next video, so make sure that you guys check it out as soon as I hit it up and give me feedback. Okay, you guys, I am out.